Greetings. This is the one you've known as Jesus the Christ. There is something much deeper that goes on in prayer than asking for something and seeing if you get it. There is engagement on a much deeper and more important level, a level that relates to your growth and evolution, your healing and your deepening. Your spiritual growth is not easily assessed by your mind. When you open up to the divine in this way, it's about your spiritual growth. You are opening up for help on the level of your growth, your evolution, your healing, and that is what you will receive help with. You may receive help in the mundane aspects of life as well, who knows, but that is not the purpose of prayer. The purpose of prayer is not to get things from God. That is not what prayer is about. Prayer is a discovery of your own inner self, where you're at, where you're going, and how you'll get there. These are the things that are discovered in prayer by speaking and listening to yourself, and also by listening inwardly to whatever answers you might receive. Just as important as speaking to God is listening to God. When you listen to God, you listen with your whole self. You aren't listening with your ears because you aren't likely to receive words in answer to your questions. But your heart will receive answers. Your body will receive answers. You will receive knowings, a sense of rightness, courage, strength, inspiration, and ideas. When you open up this line of communication with God, you open yourself up to more of what has already been given to you to help you along your way. The beings that are guiding your life can activate your strength and courage. They can drop an inspiration or idea into your body or mind. They can steer you here or there with feelings of excitement and joy. These are the answers you receive when you develop a relationship to God in prayer. You may not receive these answers as soon as you ask for them, though. They are scattered throughout your day. You never know when you might receive an answer. All of a sudden you have an answer or an inspiration. All of a sudden you have an idea. You feel strength. You feel excitement. You feel joy. Or you feel connected. These are the answers to your prayers. Life brings you the people you need, the opportunities you need, and the ideas and inspiration you need. Life brings you everything you need, and nothing more. You aren't brought things you don't need. That could be confusing and throw you off track. Other people might bring you opportunities, but if they aren't aligned with your greatest good, they probably won't work out, or you won't feel like pursuing them. So if life brings you an opportunity and you're joyful and excited about it, then by all means say yes to it, because it must be right. Opportunities are answers to your prayers, whether or not you recognize them as that. When you pray, you always receive something, but if you don't notice what you're receiving, it's as if you haven't received it. For instance, if you receive strength and you don't recognize the strength inside yourself, it's as if you don't have it. Or if you recognize the strength but talk yourself out of it, it's as if it hasn't been given to you. It's important to recognize these gifts or you won't use them. You won't feel that you have them. You'll close down and think you don't have the support you need, and the egoic fears will take over. You have to work at noticing and acknowledging the subtle gifts that are available to you, and also the opportunities that are not so subtle. Acknowledging these things doesn't come naturally, because the mind doesn't acknowledge subtle realities, such as courage, faith, love, strength, and patience. The egoic mind doesn't view these as significant. It sees the world from a place of lack. Even when you've been given gifts, the egoic mind often doesn't see them, accept them, or utilize them. It sees right past them and goes on thinking that there isn't enough, that this is a limited universe, that I never get what I want, I can't seem to get what I need, the world is against me. This is the egoic perception. You are programmed to feel lacking inside and to feel the world is lacking, unkind, threatening, and that you have to fight to survive. These beliefs themselves create this reality. Believing that the world is a fearful place and that goodness is not behind life but difficulty and perhaps even evil will create that very experience. These beliefs become a self-fulfilling prophecy. The mind creates its own reality by believing certain things. You become your own worst enemy when you believe your thoughts. The thoughts in your thought stream are not your friend. They don't have your best interest at heart. They don't give you courage or strength or patience. They do the opposite, don't they? The thoughts in your head take away your courage, your strength, and your patience. They make you irritable, impatient, unhappy, and feeling like a victim. How are these thoughts your friend? How are they helpful? Why do you listen to them? And so you have to learn to listen on more subtle levels to the gifts that appear there. You have to learn to notice the courage, the strength, the patience, the perseverance, and all the other qualities you innately have by virtue of being a divine being. As above, so below. The divine is goodness, and this goodness is within you. This goodness is not so accessible at times because your egoic mind is your default. The egoic mind nullifies these gifts. It neutralizes them. It disempowers you. So you have to learn to move beyond the mind to regain your power as a divine son or daughter. You have all the goodness, all the strength, and everything you need to live this life beautifully, happily, joyfully, and to be of service to all of creation in the way you're meant to be. You have everything you need to be this in the world. You have to overcome the egoic mind, though, which interferes with knowing this and tapping into these gifts from God, which are qualities of your divine nature. So the key is to notice the gifts, notice the courage, notice the love, notice the patience, notice the strength, and the abilities to persevere, to care, and to connect with others. Everything that is good about human beings is your divine nature. So, dear ones, notice how wonderful you are. Notice your goodness. Notice your strength. And know that they are gifts given to you to help you on your way and help you live the life you're meant to live. These are your resources. You have not been left alone, and you are not lacking in any way. You always have whatever you need. So know this, and know that praying will help you receive what you need and help you notice that you have received it. Because once you've asked for something, you'll be looking to receive it. Prayer helps you notice what you're receiving and that you're receiving on a continual basis. Thank you for being here. I am with you always.